believe it. Yeah, I'm listening to country because I'm now in the South. No, really, there's one country station I found, and there's a classic rock station. Apparently, classic rock is rocking out here. Okay, here we are. On the road again. So, updates. Well, I have a brand new playlist. Actually, it's, the first playlist I ever made, because Spotify was being the operative, having some promotion that if you got 25 followers to your playlist, they would add you to their super duper promotion. Well, as it turned out, go figure, my playlist does not have a follow button. I don't know why. They don't have a support line. Their help is useless. So, anyway, it is out there. There's 3, but the one I like is called Diverse and Exciting. Yes, I must say that about myself. I am diverse and exciting. Let's go over here and see if there's any horses. So far, no. Maybe on the way home there'll be some on the other side. This is still logs in the road. They haven't moved the debris completely yet, but they've done a great job of getting, like, again, the power back on and that sort of stuff. Across from that haunted looking forest, that there is typically horses, so maybe I'll just turn the camera that way. Right now there's nothing but some of these really big hedges, purposely, I'm sure, to block people from seeing what's going on in there. What is going on in there? So anyway, I've got a great sounding mix of the material from Everything's Subject to Change and Full 88. Kind of what would have been had I done an integrated album, which typically I do. Back in business, yeah, going way back. But Born at Night and All That's Left Is All That Remains were integrated. You had ballad, you had up-tempo, you had crazy stuff. You had some good old-fashioned rock and roll songs, like I Started at the Top. Owe a lot to Jerry Lee Lewis and those folks. And we have lights back, isn't it awesome? The street lights are working. Okay, so I'll just, what is this? Road closed through traffic. Now, they told me that everything was hunky fucking dory. Jesus, help me. Now go ahead. Letting this guy go with his load. People are coming that way, so what? La 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 la. Okay, maybe just that half of the road is closed. We're gonna go up 66. Okay, hang on. So anyway, look for the, on Spotify, look for Paul Tait, T-A-I-T, and the Diverse and Exciting playlist. That is what would have been, here we go, on to 66, if I had done a integrated rocker, piano rock, guitar rock album, instead of splitting everything. Hey, there's a cow, more cows. Driving off the road because I wasn't looking. Okay, so yeah. Okay, now look, see, notice how these lines are drooping, which tells me that they just kind of connected them. And that's probably how they're going to be for quite some time. Droopy. Oh, this one's even better, Ooh. This one's like almost touching the ground. I don't know if you got that on the camera or not, but yeah, wow. They're talking now about moving all these power lines underground, which I think would be ideal, considering we are a hurricane state. Anyway, So that's good. I like that. That's the latest on the music end. You know, I do love. I almost wish I could put a CD out, a new release with those old songs in the new order. And, why have more duplicates out there? I've already got The Diligence, which is a duplicate of the best of, the rest of the best of, and Mixing My Emotions. And while that got some interest right in the first month of January, it just, no one cares, no. Things are back to normal. 211 rules. The 2 albums I did with Kenny and team, Born at Night and all this stuff that remains. That is the number one, it's the perpetual number one downloaded, cherry-picked from collection. And I am thrilled to have something doing very well. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, on the book publishing end, Book Baby has again, just screwed me over. Just suddenly my formatting, which I've been sending them since the beginning, isn't good anymore. No, they don't like my indents, they don't like my tabs, they don't like anything. They wanted me to redo the entire thing, and I just pushed back, of course, which is why they love me. So I pushed back and said, what's changed? Why suddenly is this formatting no good? And they, of course, blamed it on me. And that did it. You know, I mean, I've decided that regardless, unless they totally, completely, pardon the expression, screw the pooch with the formatting, like, you know, don't put page breaks where I didn't have page breaks. I'm going to accept the proof, let it go out. You know, reviewers that have been reviewing me, they don't ask for the Kindle version or the EPUB versions. They want a PDF. They want, you know, the Adobe version. They don't even read or go by the formatting in the Kindles and stuff like that. So they don't care. And no one's buying me at the moment. I mean, really, I've sold 2 copies of the first volume. 2 copies of Stray Lines sold like years ago when they first came out. So I won't be read until I'm dead. And by then, I may be repackaged and actually in bookstores, if we have such things then. You know, so I don't care as much. Now, with Boston Dialect, which I just finished work on, it's 231 poems, end to end, no page breaks, and it just flows. That's how I wrote the notebook, and that's how I formatted this published version. Only difference is I gave the poems titles so that you could have a table of contents for ease of navigation for the reader. I don't expect anyone to try to read 231 poems in one sitting, that heads would explode. So that's that. You know, that's going to go with a new formatter, new distributor, another company. They're a little more expensive, like by $100. But you know, I think it's the old adage: you get what you pay for. You know, you know, you really do in life. You get what you pay for. And so far my conversations with their reps have been very, very, very informative, which Book Baby was not. I'd have questions and they would just snowball me, or whatever you call it, and just not answer the question. See how long it's taken me to get just to the food store? I would have been there already. You know, just going straight down 27. So Book Baby, after 7 centers, again, unless they totally fudge it up, and I'll ask for my money back, and I'll go with this new company for that. And the November date may be delayed. You know, I'm just going to move on. You know, and again, the reviewers of my work, they don't even look at the formatted EPUB files. They just look at a PDF. So that's that so far. And so 27 is still a mess. And even though the police said it wasn't. And that's another infuriating thing. They probably didn't even know. Probably no one said anything. And therefore they assumed, well, it must be fine. No one said anything. Now I'm just wondering if I can get back down 27, so the ride home won't include having to go all the way up to 200 and then down 42 to get, all that rigmarole. I should get over here, actually. Alright, folks, well, I think that'll be about it, and that's life. So what did I cover? Yes, new playlist on Spotify, Diverse and Exciting is the name of it. I love it. I think it rocks. I think it rolls. I think it flows. It's a nice album, 10 songs, nice albums collection. Okay, well, this is just like a little addendum to the road trip. According to people I asked at Publix, is this really straight here? I don't know. Is this straight now? I guess so. Indeed, 27 is still washed out. So the police didn't know. I think I made that point in the while I was driving and holding the camera out the window. But this is we're back. This is the music room that you may recall. No, this is not officially a video blog. Like I said, I deemed them a complete and total waste of time. But it's just a follow-up. No, you know what it is? I look like absolute crap in the hurricane one. Like I had just woken up. I want to look a little bit more like me. What I really look like, sort of, when I go out. The real conundrum I've been having lately, for a while, is the beard. When it was normal color, when it wasn't gray, I should say. Before I turned gray, at about 39, which is extraordinarily early. But anyway, I never had trouble keeping it in shape. It never had errant hairs sticking. Ever since it went gray, incrementally, it's just been a pain in the neck, to keep straight. And I've looked for some kind of product short of spraying myself in the face with hairspray, which I really don't want to do. For mustaches, they have a mustache wax. Like if somebody wants to have the curl, like a friend for a while had the curled up, old-fashioned but very cool French style mustache. He had a mustache wax to hold it in place. I don't know if there's something for beards to hold them in place. Maybe mustache wax. Just put it into the beard, comb it. It'll harden into place. But it's really annoying because I find myself constantly doing this, or not doing it, and then finding I look like, crapola. It's all vanity. It's absolute 100% vanity. I shouldn't care what I look like. Who am I trying to impress at this stage? Nobody. My pictures that are out there on the web, they all look great. I take a much better photograph than I actually appear in life. Like some people are the opposite. They look good when you see them and meet them in person. They take a picture and it's like, who are they? What? Should I do it again? But I'm the opposite. I've always taken a better picture than I looked in person, at least from my perspective. So in closing, go check out Spotify, my playlist called Diverse and Exciting. And Book Baby can go the Blazers as far as I'm concerned. Again, unless they royally screw up Seven Centers as an ebook, as a Kindle, unless they viciously ruin it, I'm going to just go with them one final time. And then going forward, starting with Boston Dialect, I will go with The Other Place, which I will not mention until I'm certain I am going with The Other Place. In fact, right now I'm going to go look at their specs for JPEGs, because like BookBaby, they want a JPEG photo of the cover. I guess that's what everybody wants these days. Yes, I've been wearing these glasses, I realized, for about 10 years. You know, these reading glasses without an upgrade, same frames. It always brings to mind this blockhead I worked for, of course, for, not with. He was the head of our department. He said I looked, he couldn't even say the word, and I said, professorial? He said, yeah, that's it. You know, it's tough being the smartest guy in the room. It really is. Because you can't really relate to anybody. They can't relate to you. They don't know what the hell you're talking about half the time. And, you know, it's rough. It's rough. So, hey, good seeing y'all again. Hope it's been real for you. I remember when that used to be the thing to say. It's been real. Yeah, it's been real. That went the way of the wind. But you know the one word, the one phrase, whatever you want to call it, the one thing that's remained since the 1950s, or maybe even before then, I don't know the history of the word, cool. Cool has always just survived. So cool just is immortal. So once you're cool forever.